Guys, today I want to show you how you're going to set up your password chart. The reason we do this is because in seventh grade, and actually for the rest of your life, as you get older, you're always going to be creating these online accounts and signing up for different programs. And when you do, you usually need an email address, a username, and a password. And after a while, that becomes a lot to remember. So it's a good habit to get into. Writing them all down in some sort of chart. So we've created a seventh grade password chart template for you, and I'm just going to show you how we'd like you to fill that out. You're going to start by making a copy of this, just like we always do. So File, make a copy, and I suggest you give it a name where if somebody were to get into your account, you don't necessarily want them to see all of your usernames and passwords. So I wouldn't say like click here to see all of my usernames and passwords, but maybe you want to call it something very plain and boring. I don't know, my summer vacation. Something that you won't forget, but something that nobody else would see it and want to click on it. So here we go. You might also want to go ahead and star it, just like I told you the other day. Um, if you want to make sure that your favorite documents, you're able to locate them very quickly and very easily, you want to star them so that they end up in this favorite folder, the starred folder. All right, so this is how you're going to fill this out. Start by putting in your name. Why don't you go ahead and do first and last so that we can identify you? And then you want your student ID. This is your number that you have that you use to sign into your computers and your lunch ID, library ID. Mine looks like MS Student, but yours is a series of numbers. So just to be consistent with you guys, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The next thing you want to do is enter your email address. And your email address is your student ID, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at palisadessd.net. Now just remember your teachers are .org, but you students are .net. All right, and then your 4-digit password is the one that you've been using since 6th grade. So go ahead and put all of that information in. Now, what I did down here was I listed all of the assignments that, at least the assignment, I'm sorry, not assignments, the programs or the devices, the accounts that I think you'll be using this year. You're going to want to check with your English, math, reading, and science teacher to make sure. But these are some of the ones that I thought you might need. All right, so this is the way this table is going to work. To get into a computer, you need your student ID, which you have up here, your numbers, and your 4-digit password. If you want to go ahead and clear this out and write it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and your 4-digit password, feel free to do that, but you don't have to. You can just keep it as it is if you like. With your Chromebook, you don't sign in with your user ID, you actually sign in with your email address, which remember is your user ID, followed by @palisadessd.net, and the same password. If you're on a different computer, if you sign into a Chromebook, you're already automatically signed into Chrome. I'm sorry, into Google. But if you're at home and you're on a laptop or a desktop computer and you want to access all of your Palisades Google account information, you'll have to go to Google and then sign in using your Palisades email address and your 4-digit password. When we use Canvas, which is something we'll definitely be using in social studies, I'm not sure about the rest of your classes, you use your student ID and your 4-digit password. And again, you can put in the details if you want to, or you can just leave it very generic like that. All right, so now when you go to math, you're going to get a Manga High account. So when your teacher gives you your username or login, you'll put that information here. When they give you your password, you'll put that here. And if there's any other kind of number or designation, you can put that in here. In our social studies classes, we're going to be using Newsela. So once you sign in, you'll use this class code. I think you only need to enter it one time. And they let you sign in with Google. There'll be a button that says sign in with Google, which means that any other time in the future that you want to sign in, you'll use your Google information, which is your email address and your 4-digit password. Email address, 4-digit password. Now, I encourage you to add to this table with anything else that you have signed up for that you want to remember. This year, if we end up using Prezi and you create an account, you can put that information in. If you have an Instagram account, and you want to store that information here, you can. We'll develop this list as we go along. Now, when you get to the end of the list, if you run out of cells and you want to add more, just put your cursor in the last tab and hit Table and insert row below, and you can continue to create more rows for more accounts that you develop. You can even feel free to use this with your personal accounts. You can take this with you to 8th grade and beyond. It's up to you, but I think this is a good place for us to start. So just remember, give it a name that you won't forget. Keep it someplace that you can access it easily. And every time you set up an account somewhere, keep it in this table so that we never forget it. All right, good luck. See me if you have any questions.